All right, we are back doing some magic, but not games today. Yes, Mr. Boopster. Can't have a magic video without Mr. Boopster in it.
Yeah.
And today we're gonna open some Fate Reforged. It's the newest set that came out just today, so we'll have that. So first of all, before that, the Buy a Box promo is Shamanic Revelation. 5 mana for sorcery speed. Draw a card for each creature you control. Ferocious, gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. What do you think of this thing?
It's okay.
Yeah, that's about what I'd say too. It doesn't really. It can be a really bad dead draw.
Yeah.
At times and just do absolutely nothing. And then
if you have no creatures,
silly.
it's a dead draw.
Yeah, and you just look silly. So let's go ahead and open this box. Now I heard from you actually specifically that there's a chance that this box contains all fetch lands or something.
Yeah, there's apparently a problem in which because you have a chance of opening a fetch land in the land slot.
Yeah.
But apparently there are some boxes in which every pack contains a fetch land in the land slot.
Which would make this box worth a lot of money. So let's hope for that. And if we don't get that, I'll settle for like two foil Ugins. I'll settle for that.
You'll settle for that?
Yeah.
Worst case, it's a Fate Reforged pack. Best case, you get a fetch land.
True. All right. So let's take out that little insert there. Toss that over to the side. So gonna have to divide this pack into 2, and we're each gonna open half of it. And then we'll see who wins the mythic count. And if you don't remember, the mythic count is now we're considering fetch lands to be opening a mythic. Like that counts as a point.
I guess, yeah.
So if you open a mythic or you open a fetch land or foil of either of those things, then you get some points.
I don't think you can get a foil fetch land because
it's not
the
possible.
foils from like the set.
Maybe.
But you could get a foil mythic, and a fetch land in a pack.
That's true. You can do that. Okay, so start on this pack. Move these over to the side, and I'll get started. So I don't know that much about the set. Like I've kind of been following the spoiler, but not a ton really. So we got a Jeske Rune Mark. I'm just gonna go through the commons one time, and then we'll go ahead and skip to uncommons all the other times. Got a Sand Blast. That's a cool picture. Got a Jeske Sage. Everybody's going nuts about this for some reason.
It's not bad.
It's fine. Yeah.
It replaces itself and it might trade for something.
True. Sibsing Host. Wizards of the Coast is running out of ideas for custom names for things. Cunning Strike. Temur Rune Mark. Tassiger's Cruelty. Mardu Scout. Yeah.
I do love that art. That's awesome my favorite art.
It is pretty great. Feral Crew Shock. Lightning Shrieker. And our first uncommon is a Vault Breaker.
Breaks open the vaults.
It does. And then he opens the vaults. That's another card, if you didn't get the reference. Neutralizing Blast. Mardu Woe Reaper. And our rare, it's a 3/7. It's a
It's a dragon.
Silumgar. The Drifting Death. Flying Hexproof. Oh, this is a good one, actually. Yeah. So 3/7, Flying Hexproof. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, creatures defending player controls get -1/-1 until end of turn.
And that does count himself. So
it does, yeah. And he's got a huge bottom, so that's a good thing. And we got a Scoured Barrens, and we also have a foil. It's a 2/2. Never mind. It's a manifest token. It looked foily to me, but that might just be the glare. That's kind of cool. Okay. So
because you got to keep track of which cards are your manifests and which ones are your...
Makes sense.
I just derped in the name.
You just derped? Morphs.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So, no mythics in the first pack. Very sad. So, I'll go ahead and skip the commons. No treasure cruise like commons in this set, unfortunately.
Well, there's Jeske Sage.
Depending how you look at it. Yeah, because those are on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Jeske Sage will be banned in Modern next.
Yep. So, we have a Ward Scale Dragon, Humble Defector, Reality Shift, and a Dagatar the Adamant. 4 mana, 0/0 Vigilance, enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters, and you can pay a colorless and 2 black-green splits to move a +1/+1 counter from one creature to another.
That can hit enemies.
Yeah, I was going to point that out, actually. It does not require his. And we got a foil Mardu Shadow Spear. Sure. And a Thornwood Falls. So it's looking like this is not one of those boxes that we were talking about earlier, unfortunately. But, we might still open some fetchy goodness. Hopefully.
Hopefully one or two.
Yeah. All right. Go through the commons. Nope. Okay, we have a Karsi High Priest. Sure. Sudden Reclamation. Winds of Cal Sisma.
Winds.
And a Palace Siege. It's the black
Siege.
Are they all sieges?
It's a siege, yeah.
Is that the cycle?
Yeah.
What it's called?
You gotta choose the dragon side or the
con side. Yeah. So, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand if you pick cons. If you pick dragons, at the beginning of your upkeep, you drain each opponent for 2 life. Kind of expensive.
Isn't it just each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life? It's not quite drain, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
That's not drain, because if you have 2 opponents, then you don't gain 4 life.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm not even really thinking of multiplayer here. And we got another foil. It's blue. It's a Sage Eye Avengers, foil rare. This is a 6-mana 4/5 with prowess. When it attacks, you can return target creature to its owner's hand if its power is less than Sage Eye Avengers power.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and we got a Swiftwater Cliffs and a Spirit token. All right.
It can combo with Wingmate Rock.
Yeah.
If you both attack, and then you get the Wingmate Rock proc, and then you return it, and then you cast it and get raid again.
Oh.
And just keep making tokens that way.
That's kind of sweet. Kind of expensive, but kind of sweet. All right. That was a weird way to open this pack, but that's okay. So we have commons. Get through those. Rite of Undoing. Kind of.
It's all gone.
Delvish.
Never happened.
Kind of delvish. Pilgrim of the Fires. This is really cool because there's a card in cons. I forget what it's called.
Witness of the Ages.
Hey, there you go. There you go. You know more than I do. But yeah, it's the same thing. This is just
there's
the
a bunch of
old
cards
version of it.
that
Kind of cool.
They're like the old versions.
Yeah. I like when they do things like that. Got another Shadow Spear, and we have a Scroll of the Masters. 2 mana. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets a lore counter, and you can tap 3 and tap it to give target creature you control +1/+1 till end of turn for each lore counter.
Seems not terrible, but it's too slow.
Yeah, it's definitely too slow for any sort of constructed format, but limited it might be okay. And a warrior token. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think I mentioned that. Warrior token.
Warrior.
All right. On to the next. So no mythics yet. You'll probably get all of them.
Yeah, at the rate this
in
is
your
going.
half. Get through these. We have Friendly Fire, which is never a good thing.
Friendly Fire isn't.
Pyrotechnics, sometimes a good thing. Cool art. Lotus Eye Mystics. Sweet.
Do they tap for 3 color?
They do not.
3 mana of any color?
Unfortunately.
They don't have Black Lotus's prize?
And our first mythic, a Whisperwood Elemental. This is actually kind of a sweet one. I think so, at least. 5 mana, 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, you manifest the top card of your library. And you can sacrifice this to turn all face-up non-token creatures you control. Face-up, what? Okay. Face-up non-token creatures you control gain whenever this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. That's what I meant to say. Kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you wrath resistant.
Probably going in the cube, that one. And we have a Tranquil Cove, which is not a fetch land. But we got a mythic. And a decent one. Not a poop mythic. So that's good. Good start. So what do we want to get out of this set, other than, like, obvious foil stuff that's worth
Just
money?
one Ugin.
One Ugin would be nice. Is it Soulfire Grandmaster?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that the lifelink thing? Just
The one that gives spells lifelink.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Because that's kind of sweet in cube. Might be. I don't know. I haven't played with it yet. Bloodfire Enforcers. Grave Strength. Mind Scour Dragon. And our rare is a Temur War Shaman. 6 mana, 4/5. When it enters the battlefield, you manifest the top card of your library. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, you can have it fight target creature you don't control. Kind of cool.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And Bloodfell Caves. So you take the rare. We're sorting these off to the side. Sort of. Sorting the rares out, in any case. Next pack I'm going to try and open with as little damage as possible. Just because I want to switch things up. Go through the commons. Battle Brawler. Arashin War Beast. Arashin, whatever. Abzan Beastmaster. And rare is red. It's an Arc Bond. 3 mana, choose target creature. Whenever that creature is dealt damage this turn, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a situational sort of wrathy effect.
You could turn a lightning bolt into a board sweeper.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Or just like a big creature hitting a small creature
Yeah.
into a board wipe.
Yeah. And Dismal Backwater. Pretty dismal that it's not a fetch land. It's not a polluted delta. All right. Oh, I said I was going to maintain the next pack, didn't I? I definitely didn't do that. Oh, well. Next one, if I remember. Wandering Champion. Fruit of the First Tree. I actually kind of like that name.
There's a Warden of the First Tree, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was going after the fruit.
He was going after the fruit.
Maybe he is the fruit.
Maybe.
Yeah. Ugin's Construct. And a Temporal Trespass, our second mythic. Probably not great, but...
With the Treasure Cruise banning and the Dig Through Time banning, maybe.
I mean, the 3 blue is a little bit of a hurdle, and it costs 8. The other ones only require 7 and 6, but it might be okay.
I might see play in some deck.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, second mythic, so that's exciting at least. And we have a Jungle Hollow. So we'll put that in the rare slot. Mythic count is up to 2 for today.
For you, at least.
For me, at least. Okay, so I'm going to try and open this with little damage. Never mind, I already racked it. It's ruined. It's ruined.
Well, that lasted long.
Yeah. These packs are like cheese that just tear apart. I don't know why I use cheese as a metaphor.
Cheese?
Yeah, who doesn't? Like string cheese. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, string cheese. Reality Shift. I like this card a lot. Sudden Reclamation. Honors Reward. And it's white. It costs 4. It's a dagger. We've seen it already.
It's a card we already have.
Yes. Yeah. And a Thornwood Falls. All right, the first duplicate of the day. At least rare slot duplicate of the day. Unfortunately, it's nothing great. So we'll go through the commons again. Rite of Undoing. Cloud Form. Diplomacy of the Wastes. Our rare is red. It's an Outpost Siege. This is the red Siege. 4 mana. If you choose Cons, you basically Chandra the top card of your library. I don't know if there's really a name for this effect, but you exile it until end of turn you can play it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you draw another card. And then if you choose Dragons, whenever creature you control leaves the battlefield, Outpost Siege deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Not terrible.
Yeah, it at least gives you a little bit of damage from all your creatures.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're always probably going to want the draw card, though.
Generally. Unless you have like 1,000 tokens.
Sure.
And I don't know, they have a moat or something.
Very situational. But drawing cards sort of is good. It's a good thing. So get through these. Wandering Champion. Jeskai Barricade. A lot of 2 mana white things. Maybe the rare slot can be a 2 mana white thing that we want too. Vault Breaker. And our rare is a Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. Pretty awful.
Yep.
There's like a whole cycle of these lands at uncommon, I think, that do just like 2 colors instead. But
this one's 5 colors, but it's limited to dragons.
Way more situational. And a Thornwood Falls. We don't even get a better land to back that up. All right. So the end of this pile, and then I've got half of the middle pile left, and then we'll switch it up. See what we got here. Commons. Break Through the Line. Renowned Weaponsmith. Very interesting. I like the way they did this.
Next Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yes. But yeah, I really do like the way that they
Yeah, it's really nice for limited.
Yeah. And it's got people talking like, what could this if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about here, Heartpiercer Bow was in the last set. We know what that is. It's not very good. It doesn't make this card busted, but nobody yet, I mean, some people do, but they're not allowed to say, knows what Vial of Dragonfire is. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
it's in the next set.
So because it's in the next set. I was just making sure I had those in the right order.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it could be really interesting. And a rare, never mind, Abzan Beastmaster. And a rare is Yasova Dragonclaw.
That's pretty good.
Kind of a sweet one. It's 3 mana, trample for 4/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you can pay 1 and 2 blue-red splits. If you do, gain control of target creature an opponent controls with power less than Yasova Dragonclaw's power until end of turn. Untap that creature, and it gains haste until end of turn.
She's a natural 4/2, so she can hit a lot of things.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it cannot steal a Siege Rhino. But,
no.
You know, whatever. And a Swiftwater Cliffs. And a Spirit Token. All right. So that was the first stack. Not all that bad. So we'll take half of the second stack here. Which will be these 6. And we'll see if we can get the mythic count, for me at least, up to 3. Commons. Very common. We have a light form. Shockmaw Dragon. Channel Harm. It's not as good as Channel.
No.
And a Palace Siege. 5 mana. Oh, we've seen this one already.
We've seen this one
It's
already.
the Black Siege. Yes, I'm not going to bother saying it. Would you say that's the worst siege?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree. Like the blue one, is it the blue one that costs 3? Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one costs 3.
It doesn't do that much, but it costs 3, which makes it good because it's cheaper. Cloud Form, Diplomacy of the Wastes, Reality Shift, and a Crux of Fate. Probably going to see some standard play, I would imagine.
Yeah.
5 mana, choose 1, destroy all dragons or destroy all non-dragons. Kind of sweet. And we have a Bloodfell Caves and a Manifest. We don't really play standard, so Crux of Fate's not doing all that much.
No.
We play formats where you can just play Damnation instead. But it is still a good card. All right. Another Jeskai Sage. Pyrotechnics. Rite of Undoing. Humble Defector. And our rare, it's a 2/3. It's a Dragon Scale General. 2/3/4. At the beginning of your end step, bolster X, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. And Tranquil Cove. I don't know if I'd say much more than about him.
Yeah.
He exists. He's there. I'm sure he's not the worst in Limited.
Yeah, he seems fine and limited.
Yeah. All right. Getting down to 2 packs on my end. Jeskai Barricade. Vault Breaker. Destructor Dragon.
Destroying vaults.
Again. And it's multicolor. It's a 4/5. It's a Kolagon, the Storm's Fury. 4/5/5, flying. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. And it has dash for its mana cost. Seems okay.
Yeah, seems interesting.
And we got a foil. It's blue. It's an enhanced awareness.
Looks cool foil.
It does look really cool foil. I don't know if it shows up that well, but that's kind of sweet. Cool looking foils are sometimes as exciting as non-cool looking expensive foils. Until you go to sell them.
Yeah.
All right. Second last one. Go through all these. Renowned Weaponsmith. We've had this chat before. Abzan Beastmaster. Wandering Champion. And it's blue. It's a 4/5. It's a Sage Eye Avengers.
You got a foil of that already.
Yes. So there's no point in rattling on about it. And we got a Blossoming Sands, which is not that exciting. Here you go. All right. 1 fetch land, please. This one even has like a weird little mark on it, so It's like the top of the box mark. Give me one fetch land. I will be pleased. Or an Ugin. I'll take an Ugin too.
Or both.
Or both. And a foil Ugin.
Be greedy.
Fetch land, Ugin, and foil Ugin. That's all I'm asking for. It's not that much. So, Winds of Calcisma. Elite Scale Guard. Break through the line. And it's red. Which means it's probably not Ugin. It's a 3/3. It's a Flame Rush Rider. 5 mana 3/3. When it attacks, put a token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that's a copy of another target attacking creature. You exile that token, and you can dash for 4. Doesn't seem bad.
Seems okay.
Yeah. And we've got a Swift Water Cliffs.
Sad face.
Okay, so I had how many mythics there? Was it 2 or was it 3? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
I think it was 2.
I think it was 2 too.
Yeah, it's 2.
It's just 2. Okay. So now we'll switch it up. And,
you got one good one and one okay one.
Yeah.
So that's good. So we're on to my half of the box now.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I win the mythic count.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the bar's not that high.
Yeah,
at the moment.
So, go with the commons.
No point going through them. Although there is that 1 mana, like, Bird Warrior. A little bit better than just the birds. Because
it's better than a bird because it's also a warrior. So we
which
got
is kind of relevant.
Form, Temur Sabertooth, Cloud Form, and a rare is a Tarka World Render.
Okay. Have we seen this one yet? I don't think we have.
No, we haven't. That's a 6/4 flying trample, and whenever a dragon you control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn.
Okay. Cost 7?
And it costs 7, yes.
All
and we got
looks a little foily.
Foil red, Lightning Shrieker, Common Dragon shuffles back in, flying trample haste.
But the exciting part, Common Dragon.
It is a common dragon.
Don't see too many of those.
And no fetch lands.
Yes, unfortunately. All right. Okay.
So, on to the next pack.
Yeah, with the Bird Warrior, because Warrior is a lot more important than Bird.
Yeah, they're adding warriors. Yeah. So
there's a lot of things that reference warriors.
There's that Bird Lord.
There are some
gives
bird
banding, which that's just the best.
Oh boy. Speaking of the Bird Warrior, there he is again. Might be playable in the banding
Diplomacy of the Wastes, Destructor Dragon, Jeskai Barricade, and Alicia, who smiles at death.
Weird name.
3 mana, 3/2 with first strike, and whenever it attacks, you can pay 2 white black hybrids. And if you do, return target creature card with power 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking.
Definitely seems like it
can get Hornet Queen,
which is the exciting bit. Yeah,
which gives you 4 1/1 death touchers.
Yeah,
and that's just excellent.
We're probably gonna put this in the cube just because of funds.
And we got a blue foil.
Blue foil.
Fascination, choose one. Each player draws X card, or each player puts top X cards of his or elaborate into his graveyard.
Looks amazing as a foil.
Looks amazing as a foil, but it's a pretty bad card.
Great Bowie song, too. All right. So, yeah, pretty good rare there.
Yeah.
Pretty decent rare.
On to my third pack. Will the Naga will me to get an excellent card?
You're gonna have to be cunning.
So we got a Mistfire Adept. Fruit of the First Tree. Valorous Dance, an excellent uncommon. And Frontier Siege. Green Siege, 4 mana.
This is kind of a sweet one.
Yeah, so if you choose cons, at the beginning of each of your main phases, you add green to your mana pool. Seems pretty good. And or if you choose dragons, whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Also good with Hornet Queen, because
definitely.
All your 1/1 death touchers can fight with their side of the field.
Just wrath the board.
And once again,
and some more poop. All right. Well, there's an unfortunate lack of exciting mythics so far, I would say. But I mean, even like some of the rares that we've been getting have been stuff we wanted. So
that's true.
At least there's that.
we're getting what we want, so.
Yeah. Let's get through the commons again. I noticed there's a lot of like the rhino-esque looking things.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called. What are they called? There's a type for it. It's like crew.
A Krushok.
Sure. Krushok. Sure.
Krushok. So we have a Dark Deal, and a Muck Dragger, and a Kingard. A rare is Mastery of the Unseen. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. And you can pay 3 in white to manifest top card of your library.
Will look cool foil.
Yes.
Just judging by the picture.
Electric's always good.
Electricity. Was that the middle section that you just finished, or are they just kind of random?
I shuffled the middle section into the other packs, so
sure.
They're kind of spread out.
Because there's that whole thing of like the middle section is supposed to be better than the other 2 sections.
Yeah, I'm sure
I don't know if that's true
anymore.
Yeah, it definitely was at one point. There are people that map boxes.
Yeah, I think that it became impossible to map boxes, didn't it? Though
I don't know. I haven't followed that in 5
Renowned
years.
Weaponsmith, Misfire Adept, Elite Skyguard, and Mardu Strike Leader. 3 mana, 3/2, and whenever he attacks, you get a 2/1 warrior or creature token, and it has a 4 mana dash.
All right.
So it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
And no fetch land.
Unfortunately, again. Are you sure you didn't read the article that was talking about the fetch land packs wrong and just say like most of the boxes don't have any?
where maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was supposed to be spread out, and instead, one box gets all the fetch lands, and a lot of boxes get no fetch lands.
I mean, there is one cool thing about these lands is the image is like the older version of the one that was in the last set.
Yeah.
So at least there's that. That's kind of sweet. Some more fodder.
There's a scout there.
Of course.
So, Mardu Woe Reaper, Battlefront Krushoks, Meringue River Prowler, and Wild Call. Manifest top card of your library, then put X +1/+1 counters on it.
Doesn't seem terrible. At worst, it's a bear.
At worst, it's a bear. That could be more.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems okay. And no fetch land.
Boo! Boo, no fetch land. Alright. Yeah, that's Fascination foil that I'm looking at right now, which you can't see because it's off screen. Really cool looking.
So, we got a Frost Rocker.
Frost Rocker?
Frost Walker for our first
That sounds
uncommon.
amazing.
Mardu Shadow Spear, a Dark Deal, and a Flamewake Phoenix. 2/2 Flying Haste, and it attacks each turn of Fable. And Ferocious, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a creature with power 4 or greater, you may pay red. If you do, return it from a graveyard to the battlefield.
That's kind of cool. It's like Chandra's Phoenix. Sort of.
Yeah.
Typical Phoenix.
You just need like a Seed Rhino.
Yeah.
Even though it's in 4 colors, but...
And a double red thing.
And once again, no fetch land.
Boo! Boo, no fetch land. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good rare, I would say.
Seems decent. I mean, it's not that hard to have a 4-power creature.
No. Well, depending on the format. Format depending. I mean, you can't really play that in like most mono red decks.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Unless you have like Ball Lightnings.
Sure.
But then that's not the best either.
Yeah.
So we'll run through commons.
Might be cube worthy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Huge Stone Retainers.
Mm-hmm.
Abzan Kingard. Shifting Loyalties. And Rally the Ancestors.
Seen that already, haven't we?
No, we haven't.
Oh.
White, and X, and return each creature card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile those creatures at the beginning of your next upkeep. Exile Rally of the Ancestors.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Well, I mean,
you're
you
never
notice
getting attacked.
Yeah, that's like the big thing. There's no possible way to do that other than just like
And
chumpage and chumpery. Thank you. Yeah, I actually remember I saw that card and I didn't like normally those type of cards always give haste.
Yeah.
So I just assume it. So I read them like, wow, that is really good.
And then you realize
And
that
then-
it didn't give haste.
And it's just not very good. I mean, there are great enter the battlefield effects, don't get me wrong, but takes a village.
Another Destructor Dragon. Some Pyrotechnics. A Humble Defector. And Warden of the First Tree.
Hey! Mythic!
Mythic.
Ding, ding, ding.
So, he's a 1 mana 1/1, and you can pay white-black hybrid and 1, so he becomes a 3/3. You can pay 2 white-black hybrids and 2 colorless, and if he is a warrior, which he becomes when you use the top ability, then he becomes a human spirit warrior with trample and lifelink. Then you can pay 6 mana, and you put 5 +1/+1 counters on it.
And you can do that as many times as you want.
Yeah, unlike the card he's based off of.
Figure of Destiny. Although, I initially I thought that he would be a little bit better than Figure of Destiny, just by like my first glance at it. But now I'm thinking the fact that his first ability costs 2 is huge. The fact that his second ability doesn't actually make him bigger is pretty big.
Yeah, trample and lifelink isn't.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's as good as Figure, but it's
Still
good.
seems
It's
fine.
good. Definitely good.
Depends if he'll see a home anywhere, though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because, I mean, in Modern, he competes with Tarmogoyf.
Yeah. Well, he'll see a home in our cube probably.
Probably. So, go through commons. Orc Sure Shot.
All right.
Grave Strength. Pilgrim of the Fires again. And Shu Yun. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but the Silent Tempest.
No, Shu Yun. The hell?
3 mana 3/2 prowess, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 2 red-white hybrids. If you do, target creature gains double strike until end of turn. It seems okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
I think we had a foil, which is Ambush Krotic.
Not even worth mentioning.
5/5 trample that has you return another creature.
Yeah. Still have a chance at greatness, though.
I
With
do.
the land.
No.
Unfortunately, not the case. All right. So we're up to 3 mythics total for this box. I opened 2. Atkst has opened 1.
And no fetch lines yet.
No fetch lines yet. I mean, we kind of more or less have all the fetch lines we want from cons anyway, but it's always exciting.
Yeah. Fascination. Rage Form. Merciless Executioner. And Monastery Siege.
All right. We haven't seen this one yet.
Nope. So 3 mana, and if you choose cons, at the beginning of your draw step, you draw an additional card, then discard a card. And if you choose dragons, spells your opponents cast to target you or a permanent you control cost 2 more to cast. So, all in all, pretty good.
Yeah. Can hose some strategies.
And
Some more poop lands.
more poop lands.
Yeah, the fact that the blue siege costs 3 is pretty big. Pretty nice.
It can be Abrupt Decayed, but they have to pay 4 for it.
Yeah. That is true. It is a permanent you control. Assuming you pick that mode.
Yeah, it's not like Frost Titan where it's countered unless
Yeah.
you pay that.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, if Frost Titan costs 3, you could Abrupt Decay him.
Yeah.
And not have to pay anything. Can't be counted.
So, some Shifting Loyalties, some Channel Harm, and a Meringue River Prowler. Monastery Mentor.
That's a good one. A really good one.
That is a very good one.
Yeah. 4th mythic.
Yep. So, it's 3 mana prowess. It's a 2/2, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a 1/1 white monk with prowess. So, pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Poop land to to round it all off. Okay, so what do you think? Better or worse than Young Pyromancer? I think with no context at all, it's definitely better, but
in
the fact is
in
there's
older
context
formats,
in the world.
definitely not, because red is a better support color.
Yeah.
But with
And
the
2 is a
banning
lot
of
cheaper.
Treasure
than 3.
Cruise and Dig Through Time, Delver might go down, so maybe in Modern.
I don't know what Homo would fit into, though. What kind of white-based deck is casting a lot of... I guess if you have like a blue-white control variant or something like that.
Something
But
like that.
I don't know. Like,
Might
it's definitely...
exist.
It's definitely...
It'll probably make waves in Standard.
Yeah, it's going to be nutty in Standard. And it'll be perfectly fine in Cube, for sure. But, yeah, as it sits, I think Young Pyromancer is still way better with context.
Mm-hmm. It's better color, for instance.
Yeah. And it's cheaper. The prowess is cool and all, but...
We got another Frostwalker.
Mhm.
Some Dragon Rage. A Ward Skill Dragon. And a Soul Flare.
Alright. That's a good one.
I really love this card because it's such a cool effect. So it's a 6 mana 4/4 with Delve. And if a creature with flying was exiled with Soul Flyer's Delve ability, he has flying.
Mm-hmm.
Same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. So he can be a lot of things.
He can't... If you exile the Samurai that has Bushido, though, you're going to be kicking yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, no! You could have had Bushido. Good card, though.
And still no fetch land. I want him to be good, but...
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not awful. He's not, like, format breaking or anything.
No.
But it's definitely... Yeah, it's one of the coolest effects, I think, in this set.
Mm-hmm. It's a very nice rare.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have a Fearsome Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Some Cachet Defenses. A Hungering Yeti. And...
Good old Yetis.
A Citadel Siege. So we got the White Siege now.
Yeah.
So, 4 mana, and if you choose cons at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. And if you choose dragons at the beginning of combat on each opponent's turn, you tap a creature that player controls.
Not bad.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
It's better than that white Detain, because it doesn't take a turn.
Yeah.
And I think we have a foil.
Seems like it.
Cunning Strike. Not terrible.
Yeah.
And
some nonsense. Yeah, Cunning Strike's pretty cool. Cool art, too. There's a lot of really cool art in this set.
Yeah, they really stepped up their art.
Mm-hmm. It was really since, like, Innistrad, I found. Like, Innistrad had amazing art in it, and then it's just been great ever since.
They've upped their game. Maybe they're paying more.
Plus, that's almost like when it started exploding. Like,
yeah.
As a game. A lot more people started getting into Magic.
So, we have a Wild Slash. A Noxious Dragon. A Fascination. And...
Pretty fascinating.
Ojutai, Soul of Winter. It's a 7 mana 5/6 with Flying and Vigilance. And whenever a dragon you control attacks, tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls. That permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
Okay.
Seems okay.
I wish they would just say Detain. It would save a lot of lines. But
it's true, but it's not in the format.
Yeah.
And Rugged Highlights.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying they should make it a word like lifelink or vigilance. Vigilance actually is a good example. Because for a long time, vigilance was attacking doesn't cause this to tap, or however that was worded.
Mm-hmm.
Blue and white, some of the most non-dragon colors.
Got some Abza and Advantage. Is it going to be advantageous to us?
I hope so. In the form of an Ugin, perhaps.
So, we have Hero's Blade. I like this card.
Yeah?
Because there are some creatures that benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of 3 mana legendaries would love that card.
And there's a lot in this set, conveniently.
Yeah. Merciless Executioner and Dromoka the Eternal. 5 mana 5/5 with flying. And whenever a dragon you control attacks, bolster 2.
All right.
Seems pretty decent.
Yeah. Again, green, another very non-dragon-y color.
Yeah. And I think we have a foil.
It does seem that way.
Pyrotechnics. Ooh.
That looks really cool foil.
That does.
That's a cool picture. And oh!
There we go.
It can happen. All right, that actually puts you ahead of me in mythic count,
It
too.
does.
But yeah, Bloodstained Mire, everyone knows what that does. Great things. Unfortunately, I think that's the one we have like 8 of. Something stupid like that.
I don't think it was Bloodstained Mire, was it? Probably is.
Yeah, I think it was Bloodstained Mire that we opened a crap ton of. It was either that or Wooded Foothills. I don't remember which. Doesn't matter, though. Fetchlands
I think Wooded
always
Foothills
good.
is the one that we have one of.
No, we have a lot of
that's
Wooded
the
Foothills.
That's the white-green one, sorry.
Yeah. Right.
So, we got some friendly fire. Some muck draggers.
What the?
An upside down.
Whoa, wait. Why is it upside down?
I don't know.
Does that mean anything?
I don't know.
Is this like a weird
Let's find
thing
out.
That means no?
No. Shamanic
It's
revelations.
the car that... Okay. This is going to bug me. Why was that upside down?
I don't know. The back's right, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. That was weird. And I think we had a foil.
Hey, foil rare. And a good one.
A very good one. The cool thing about this and the sieges is it's got a watermark, and it's both. It's kind of hard to tell in video, but it has
Maybe
both.
put it up, like, let's see if we can really show that off.
It has both the dragon's watermark and the Khan's watermark.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty. I'll let you continue. That's a good one. That might be worth something. Because it's standard and all.
Yeah.
And Poop Lands. Pretty sweet. So you got one left?
Got one left.
One left. One chance at Ugin.
All the marbles.
So all we need to do is open Ugin and Soulfire Grandmaster, and then, or whatever that card's called. I don't remember now. I think that's right. And yeah, and then we're good. We got everything that we want. So just do that.
Just do that? Okay. I don't have a foil, so I don't think that's going to be the case. Goblin Boom Keg.
Boom.
Sorry, High Priest. Battlefront Crush Ox. And... Sunstep Mastodon.
It's fine.
This combos with that Sage of Time or whatever in Theros.
Yeah.
That you remove 5 1/1 counters from it to take an extra turn. So if you have a way to flicker this every turn, you can bolster that 1/1 to a 6/6, remove those counters, get a free turn. And no fetch land.
Boo. Oh well. So pretty good box.
Yeah, it was an okay
box. There's a couple of things that we still want that we didn't get, but it's like that song goes, you can't always get what you want, I guess.
See if Mr. Boopster opened the pack. He'd have pulled.
He probably would. Unfortunately, Mr. Boopster doesn't have arms.
Yeah, that's the downfall.
Or opposable thumbs, or a mouth, or a nose.
Or eyes that look in the same direction.
That's true. I mean, that's a rare thing in this day and age. Anyway, so that was a box of Fate Reforged, and we will see you back with some other matches, probably. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.